Well, we're definitely not anywhere close to being out of the woods yet. The winds are still gusting. They are very strong. They are still pushing these fires in all kinds of directions. But there is actually some good news to report this morning. We did have one fire that popped up in a very dangerous spot, the Hollywood Hills, last night, and firefighters were able to get that under control pretty quickly. And there was a whole neighborhood that was evacuated, but they've been allowed back in now. The big fire above Pasadena and Altadena, the Eaton fire, is still uncontained, but forward progress has more or less stopped in the last 12 hours or so. It is still essentially the same size that it was yesterday afternoon, and that's actually a rare bit of good news in all of this. There's another fire north of the city where firefighters have got about 40% containment, the Lydia fire. So we are starting to see some progress here, but it is still a very ugly situation. You still have many thousands of people, close to 180,000 people under evacuation orders, with another 200,000 people warned they may have to flee soon. So it's essentially like a small American city that's on the move, trying to find a new place to stay for the next week or two or 3 or 4, because some of them have lost their homes completely.
David, just one more question in terms of access to water when it's needed. How is that going? And I am also curious about what we're hearing about upcoming weather forecasts and what that might mean in terms of what tomorrow might bring.
Access to water has turned into a recurring issue, and it's not that the supply itself is insufficient, it's that the infrastructure can't move enough of it fast enough. You have firefighters trying to tap into hydrants all across these very broad fire zones. And as a result, the water pressure keeps dropping because the system can't move enough water through it at the same time. That's been a problem over in Pacific Palisades. It's been a problem in Altadena as well. Now, you ask about the weather forecast. There is unfortunately no rain in sight in the next couple of days. We do have these winds continuing. They should die down over the weekend, but there is a strong possibility of another wind event starting early next week.